Hi again. Hi guys. It's still just day 4, post PRK surgery. I'm about to go to bed, but I wanted to give some more tips and tricks to your recovery or during my recovery before I forget them all. I just took my last regimen of drops for the day. Oh, by the way, I'm going back and watching these videos and I see how often I misspeak is embarrassing. I think in one of the previous videos I said it takes most of those drops 4 times a day, once before supper, and then, I meant to say before bedtime, which is now. Oh, one of the tips that my doc said to me to try is to put the drops in the fridge. So when you use them, you get like this added cooling benefit to them resting and hanging out in there. And I don't know why, but I keep watching, even though I'm in my recovery, I keep going back and watching more videos of people talking about their recoveries. I don't know if I'm doing that just as a mental thing to compare notes, but hearing other people's experiences has been helpful to me. And one of the things that is being drilled into my understanding is that it's actually you will be healing for several weeks. You will be healing for several months. You will be healing for the next year or so, which blows my mind. So even though my vision hopefully will get pretty good soon, it's still constantly healing into half a year and a year from now. So that's interesting to hear, even though most of the people have had positive results. I have not gone into anybody's videos that were like titled "bad experience" or anything like that. I'm scared. I don't want to. I don't want to know at this point. I did watch a video of this girl who did say she developed an astigmatism like a year or so out, but it was so mild. She had the option to get it fixed, but they told her that the fix might be temporary, so she opted not to, and it's not bothering her. So again, my understanding is that everybody heals differently and there's risks to be had for this surgery. Oh, so I gave you the tip about the drops in the fridge. Oh, another girl kept saying that she kept losing her drops because it sounds like she was way more active and out and about than I am right now. Maybe this is a few weeks after her surgery, but she's out and about. She's got her drops in her pocket and her book bag and her purse and her overnighter, and she keeps losing them. But if you just keep them in the fridge, you know where they are. And me, I have not wandered away from the house. I am not comfortable enough to drive yet. I should not be driving. I can't see. So that's where they live. And I do this little thing where I keep them all in a row because, okay, you're supposed to take them 5 minutes apart, five or at least 10, 5 or 10 minutes apart from each other. So you can't just like do them all at once. So I take one, and then after I take it, I push it back. So the ones that are up front, I know I have to take next. Or little tips and tricks again. And I, I've been using Siri a little bit to help me. And here's another trick or tip that I suggest is get used to some of this assisted technology that might help you before you're in this position. Because I've never used Siri really until now. And she's like okay for some stuff, but she can't do other things. And she tells you like, that's beyond my ability or whatnot. So in watching these videos, I hear myself talk and I'm like, oh, did I use that word right? So, like, for instance, the word allay, Allay. I asked her to find the definition for me or look it up. What does this word mean? I try to rephrase it in different ways, and she's like, here you go. There's a map of Los Angeles. Or here you go. Is info page of LA, Los Angeles again. You give up. Have very little patience for her. I know she's trying to help, but when she's not helpful, I'm like, ugh, sorry. So if you can get used to working your assisted technology ahead of time, it's going to be very useful to you because while I'm very appreciative of some of the well wishes and stuff I've gotten when that first day or the day of, or it was probably the day after. Day one, I was getting texts on my phone and I could see white blocks coming up and I couldn't read them. And I was like, who's texting me? Ah, blow up phone. And she could read most of them to me, I learned. And I could respond back. But like some people I tried to call, I guess I just had their contacts not in a way that she could see some of them. Like I was trying to get in touch with Kara, and I was like, Siri, call Kara or text Kara, and she's like, which Sarah? And I try to spell it, and So if I could do this again, I would have my contacts like super straightened out, last names all filled in, maybe like alternative names and stuff, because that would be helpful. Finally, I was just like, buddy, Kara, buddy, and she knew that somehow. And then the first time, and then I tried it again later, and she did not know Kara, buddy. So Siri, she's kind of semi-reliable. So those are my tricks for today, for right now. I'm about to go to bed. It's been about 100 hours since the surgery. End of day 4. Tomorrow I go in for my 5-day checkup and remove the contact blanks, bandage contacts tomorrow. Oh, and one other thing is another video reporter said that she had like a whole playlist of things, maybe on her Netflix queue to list, like lined up before the surgery. So she had all these stand-up comedians and stuff lined up, and I thought that was a great idea. I don't know if she could just see it on her iPad or whatever. I couldn't see. I would need somebody to navigate that stuff for me, but that's a great idea. So, audiobooks, stand-up comedians, listening to more PRK videos may be helpful to you. All right. Good night, guys.